a shocking turn of events at Santa Clara. The atmosphere surrounding the San Francisco 49ers has reportedly reached a boiling point, and insiders are whispering about a dramatic shakeup that could redefine the team's trajectory for the season. Sources close to the organization suggest that head coach Kyle Shanahan has reached a breaking point with wide receiver Deebo Samuel, citing internal conflicts that have allegedly escalated beyond repair. Rumors claim that what began as minor disagreements in meetings and practice sessions has evolved into a full-blown power struggle, with Shanahan reportedly demanding Samuel's exit to restore harmony within the locker room. Fans are abuzz with speculation, dissecting every social media post, every subtle interaction caught on camera, as if trying to decode a secret message about what might unfold next. The atmosphere, according to those familiar with the inner workings, is tense, with whispers of heated exchanges that have left teammates divided and front office executives scrambling to mediate. In this high-stakes environment, every word, every gesture seems amplified, and the narrative of conflict has already started to overshadow the team's on-field strategies and upcoming matchups. Analysts are pointing out that while talent remains undeniable, leadership cohesion might now be the critical factor that determines whether the 49ers can maintain their competitive edge or spiral into chaos. The story reportedly traces back to a series of incidents during team meetings and practice drills, where Shanahan and Samuel allegedly clashed over offensive schemes and perceived efforts on the field. Some insiders hint that the disagreements were not merely professional, but also personal, with tensions spilling into interactions with other players and coaching staff. The rumor mill has been fueled by cryptic comments on social media, with fans scrutinizing interviews, press conferences, and even routine team photos for hidden signs of discord. There are murmurs that Shanahan, known for his strategic brilliance and temperamental leadership style, has reached a point where compromise is no longer an option, and Samuel's presence is seen as a disruptive force to the collective mentality he seeks to cultivate. Reports suggest that this internal struggle is not new, but has been simmering quietly, with minor disputes building into what some insiders now describe as an unsustainable environment. The drama is compounded by Samuel's rising star power and the perception among some that he may wield influence that challenges the coach's authority. Speculation now revolves around how the organization might navigate this turbulent chapter without causing irreversible damage to team chemistry and fan morale. Even outside the team, media outlets and commentators are weighing in, debating whether the potential separation could trigger a ripple effect in league-wide dynamics, as other teams might see an opportunity to capitalize on a player of Samuel's caliber becoming available under controversial circumstances. According to unnamed sources, there are whispers that Shanahan's insistence on Samuel's departure is rooted in more than just on-field disagreements. Some claim that behind closed doors, conversations have grown increasingly heated, with arguments reportedly extending to discussions about contract negotiations, public perception, and the broader image of the 49ers. These tensions, insiders suggest, may have contributed to a toxic environment in which teammates are reportedly choosing sides, creating factions that could compromise cohesion during crucial games. Rumors have even hinted at late-night calls and emergency meetings involving executives, coaches, and player representatives, all trying to gauge the potential fallout of a highly publicized exit. Fans and commentators alike are speculating on the psychological impact this might have on the locker room, questioning whether Shanahan's decisiveness could ultimately reinforce his leadership or backfire by alienating key players and eroding trust. Social media has exploded with debates, theories, and even fan polls, amplifying every leak, every unofficial report, feeding a narrative that has grown far beyond the initial spark of conflict. Even without official confirmation, the rumor alone has become a major storyline, overshadowing game preparation, training updates, and strategic announcements, creating an almost cinematic tension reminiscent of a high-stakes drama unfolding in real time. The intrigue is compounded by the personalities involved, both of whom carry strong public followings and reputations, turning this internal dispute into a spectacle that captivates both hardcore fans and casual observers. Insiders further suggest that Samuel's role as a star offensive weapon adds another layer of complexity to the unfolding saga. His undeniable talent, ability to shift momentum in critical moments, and popularity among teammates and fans make the rumored separation a delicate issue for the 49ers front office. Speculation abounds about how Shanahan plans to restructure the offense without Samuel, and whether other players might emerge as unexpected leaders or face the pressure of filling the gap left by a potential exit. There are whispers that scouting departments and rival teams are quietly monitoring developments, anticipating opportunities to leverage the situation for strategic advantage, creating an undercurrent of tension that extends beyond Santa Clara. Analysts argue that the ramifications of such a move could echo across the league, influencing trades, draft strategies, and even fan engagement as narratives of loyalty, leadership, and authority collide. Social media chatter suggests that the situation has divided public opinion, with some praising Shanahan's decisiveness and others criticizing what they perceive as an overreaction to internal disagreements. Rumors of private negotiations and potential buyouts have surfaced, though no official confirmation exists, adding a layer of mystique that keeps fans, commentators, and insiders speculating at every turn. The narrative, though based on unverified claims, has captured the imagination of the football community, creating a storm of conjecture that threatens to overshadow the team's actual performance on the field, turning every minor event into fodder for the growing rumor mill. The tension reportedly reached a peak during what sources describe as a private team meeting, where emotions ran high and voices were allegedly raised, signaling a turning point in the relationship between coach and player. Observers note that while such conflicts are not unheard of in professional sports, the high profile of the individuals involved and the timing within the season make this situation particularly combustible. Speculation suggests that Shanahan's demand for Samuel's exit might be as much about sending a message to the entire roster as it is about resolving a personal conflict, demonstrating that authority and discipline are non-negotiable within the organization. Fans have taken to forums and online communities to dissect the possible scenarios, from trades to sudden contract terminations, and even the potential for Samuel to find a new home with a rival team, fueling debates about loyalty, ego, and the delicate balance of managing star talent. The rumor continues to evolve, with each leak prompting analysis of every available detail, from body language during press conferences to subtle changes in practice routines, painting a picture of a franchise at a crossroads. The combination of star power, leadership clashes, and strategic implications has created an atmosphere in which speculation thrives, making it difficult to separate fact from conjecture. Amidst all this, the narrative has taken on a life of its own, creating anticipation and tension that could influence not just the immediate team environment, but also broader league dynamics, as fans and media alike remain riveted by the unfolding saga. Finally, sources close to the team suggest that internal dynamics are further complicated by the involvement of other players who have reportedly expressed concerns about the locker room climate. These unnamed teammates, according to insiders, have reportedly been caught in the crossfire, navigating loyalties while trying to focus on performance, and their perspectives may influence Shanahan's ultimate decision. Analysts speculate that the resolution of this conflict could set a precedent for how future internal disputes are handled, potentially reshaping the culture within the 49ers organization. Rumors hint at emergency meetings with agents, league officials, and front office executives, all working behind the scenes to anticipate fan reactions, media scrutiny, and the impact on team morale. The speculation has become a narrative in itself, generating discussions about leadership, accountability, and the complex interplay between talent and temperament. Even without official confirmation, every development fuels further conjecture, as fans attempt to predict not just the outcome of this internal crisis, but also the potential ripple effects throughout the NFL. Social media platforms are rife with analysis, memes, and debates, amplifying the tension and ensuring that the story remains a central talking point across the football community. The rumor, whether it culminates in Samuel's departure or not, has already left a lasting impression on the perception of the 49ers, marking a dramatic chapter in the team's history that fans and analysts will dissect for months to come. As speculation continues to swirl around Santa Clara, rumors are intensifying that the fallout from this alleged feud between Kyle Shanahan and Deebo Samuel could reach far beyond the locker room, influencing not just the team's strategy, but also the perception of leadership within the 49ers franchise. Insiders whisper that executives are reportedly weighing multiple scenarios, from facilitating a trade to negotiating a buyout, each option carrying significant risk and the potential to reshape the roster for the rest of the season. Fans are captivated by every leak, analyzing cryptic comments and unofficial reports for hints of what might happen next, creating an almost obsessive atmosphere of anticipation and conjecture. Analysts have suggested that Shanahan's insistence on asserting authority may serve as both a warning and a message, reinforcing a culture of discipline and accountability. Yet insiders speculate that it could backfire if players perceive the move as heavy-handed. Social media has erupted with debates about the implications for team chemistry, fan loyalty, and Samuel's career trajectory, while rivals are rumored to be quietly monitoring developments for any opportunity to capitalize on a potential trade. With every rumor, every whisper of tension, the narrative seems to grow more cinematic, turning the internal conflict into a story that rivals on-field drama in intensity and intrigue. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Sources suggest that the alleged breakdown in communication between Shanahan and Samuel has created a tense environment where teammates reportedly feel caught between loyalty to the star wide receiver and the authority of their coach. The rumor mill points to meetings where tempers flared and voices reportedly rose, creating a perception of a locker room divided, with some players aligning with Samuel and others reinforcing Shanahan's vision. Analysts speculate that if these divisions persist, the consequences could extend to performance, motivation, and cohesion on game days, potentially impacting outcomes in ways far beyond what fans might imagine. Behind the scenes, whispers of emergency discussions with agents and league representatives have reportedly been ongoing, as all parties try to manage optics and anticipate public reaction. The speculation even extends to the strategic implications for offensive play calling, with insiders suggesting that Shanahan may need to recalibrate his entire system if Samuel is removed from the roster. Each hypothetical scenario fuels further debate among fans, media personalities, and analysts, as the tension between star power and leadership authority becomes a central question of narrative intrigue, drawing comparisons to historic locker room conflicts in NFL history. The rumor, alive and evolving, has effectively transformed what might have been a contained internal dispute into a league-wide talking point, with implications that could ripple across multiple teams, trades, and draft strategies. In addition to the internal chaos, rumors indicate that public perception and media coverage have intensified the situation, putting additional pressure on both Shanahan and Samuel. Sources close to the team hint that every press conference, social media post, and interview is now analyzed for hidden meaning, feeding the cycle of speculation and rumor. Analysts suggest that this heightened scrutiny may influence the decision-making process, as leadership balances the desire for control with the need to maintain the team's image and fan engagement. Some insiders speculate that Shanahan's insistence on Samuel's departure could be a strategic move designed to reinforce authority and deter future conflicts. Yet others argue that it risks alienating players and fans who admire Samuel's talent and charisma. The tension is compounded by Samuel's own rising profile, with rumors suggesting that his market value and appeal to other teams are significant factors in the ongoing speculation. Each day brings new conjecture, from hypothetical trade destinations to potential contract negotiations, keeping the story at the forefront of football discourse. Fans and commentators alike are captivated, dissecting every development for signs of the ultimate outcome, as the narrative grows increasingly intricate and charged with drama, almost rivaling the intensity of the league's most significant matchups. Rumors further suggest that the internal conflict may have broader consequences for team morale and dynamics, with unnamed players reportedly navigating the tension carefully to avoid being caught in the crossfire. Some insiders hint that this has led to subtle shifts in leadership within the locker room, as players recalibrate their allegiances and assess how the rumored fallout might affect their roles and reputations. Analysts speculate that Shanahan's potential decision to part ways with Samuel could set a precedent for how future disputes are managed, signaling to the roster that certain behaviors will not be tolerated regardless of talent or popularity. The drama, amplified by social media and media speculation, has created an atmosphere in which every minor interaction is scrutinized and every statement or gesture is interpreted as part of a larger narrative. Fans debate endlessly about loyalty, leadership, and the balance between star power and team cohesion, fueling a conversation that extends far beyond the confines of Santa Clara. Meanwhile, rival teams are reportedly keeping a close eye on developments, recognizing that any potential trade or contract resolution could create opportunities to strengthen their own rosters, adding yet another layer of intrigue to an already tense situation. The rumor continues to evolve, feeding the imagination of the football community and ensuring that this story remains a central topic of discussion. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.